Okay, I'm going to call this meeting of the Finance Committee to order. Members present are Mr. Cost, Mr. Bug, Mr. Rath for Mr. Marmee, and myself. We have only one general piece of legislation, Resolution 16-102, appropriating and disappropriating monies for the current expenses of the municipal corporation, but it has 9 parts. So, Part 1, a request for an appropriation of the unappropriated balance of the 100 General Fund in the amount of $29,357.50.
Thank you, Madam Chair. What this is, we received that amount in the form of a donation from the Veterans Group for us to make some improvements to the Veterans section of Cedar Hill Cemetery.
Okay. Okay. Motion by Dodd, second by Cost. Any comments or questions up here from the audience? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. The second part is a request for an appropriation of the unappropriated balance of the 954 Law Library Fund in the amount of $5,139.44.
The Ohio Revised Code provides that a certain portion of criminal fines be passed on to the county law library, and we overcollected this year in criminal fines, so not enough money is appropriated to send to the law library. So this will take care of that. And this comes from the unappropriated balance of the law library fund, so it does not impact the general fund at all.
Okay. Motion. Motion by Doug.
Second.
Second by Rath. All those in favor signify. Oh, any questions? Any questions out there? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. All right. Part 3, a request for an appropriation of the unappropriated balance of the 250 Fire and Police Pension Fund in the amount of $18,456.90.
This will be a disappropriation. We received funding from the county for the accrued liability on the Police and Fire Pension Fund, and they sent us a little bit less this year than they anticipated that they would. So we have to get these items off the books because they're not going to come into play. So this is just an unappropriated balance just to make everything balance out.
Okay.
Motion.
Second. Motion by Bob, second by Cost. Welcome, Mr. Frazier.
Why, thank you.
Any comments or questions? Anything from the audience? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, Section 4, a request for an appropriation of the unappropriated balance of the 232 Transit Fund in the amount of $38,403.53.
Yes, good evening. This is just a carryover from some of the transit funds that were reimbursed to us. We did subsidized rates for senior citizens and disabled individuals, and we kind of hang on to these funds because we can use it for matching funds and some other projects in the future. Okay. But this time we'd like to disappropriate.
Motion.
Second. Motion by Mr. Bug. Second by Mr. Frazier. Any questions or comments? Any from the audience? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Number 5, a request for an appropriation of the unappropriated balance of the 236 CDBG fund in the amount of $162,467.38. Mr. Mather.
Again, we're just disappropriating this. Chunk of this was something that we're kind of accumulating dollars for Mr. Rhodes on some projects that he's working on, and that's probably the biggest balance of this early in the year. We didn't know if those would come to fruition in 2016 or not. They did not. We'll probably implement those projects in 2017.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Bug, second by Mr. Cost. Any comments or questions? Yes.
Is that what the contingency is in that line item?
Well, the contingency, a big part of that was when we were working on that brownfield cleanup over by PCA, and that did not come to fruition. We were using that for contingency to help with that project as well.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Okay, number 6, a request for the appropriation of the unappropriated balance of 236 CDBG fund in the amount of $119,403.31.
The reason for this disappropriation, we actually had Stuart Moynihan was our economic development coordinator. We had still had him budgeted in for 2016. Did not end up filling that position, so most of those dollars you're seeing are for that, and the contingency salary dollars of $35,000. We didn't know if we were going to do Greg Ketter's payout in 2016 or 2017, but that's going to carry into 2017.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Frazier, second by Mr. Bug. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Sorry, lots of paperwork up here. Number 7, a request for an appropriation of the unappropriated balance of 237 home grant CHIP 2014 fund in the amount of $10,777.79.
And again, we have one project remaining on the CHIP grant, so we'll finish that out next year, but we're going to go ahead and disappropriate this for year end.
Motion.
Motion by
Second.
Mr. Bug, second by Mr. Frazier. Any comments or questions? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Number 8, a request for an appropriation of the unappropriated balance of the 262 Home RLF Fund in the amount of $39,587.
Yeah, the reason for this dollar figure here is we were hoping to do another 1 or 2 Habitat for Humanity homes, but with the 2 fires, it created some issues and some delays, so those did not come to fruition as quick as we'd all had hoped, so we're disappropriating that.
Okay.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Bug, second by Mr. Frazier. Any comments or questions?
Madam Chair.
Yes.
The service contracts, is that where that's primarily found with the Habitat for Humanity?
Yes.
Is that what that's
Exactly.
referring to?
Any other questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. And finally, number 9, a request for an appropriation of the unappropriated balance of the 264 lead RLF fund in the amount of $85,275.38.
Reason for this figure is, again, with the CHIP grant, a lot of these homes, it's older stock in the city of Newark. A lot of them have lead issues. We have this lead RLF fund, so we budgeted some funds to help out with the CHIP. But if we don't have to spend those CHIP dollars doing lead work, we'll get more bang for our buck on the CHIP program. So that's what we did that, but we actually did not have as much lead work as we had anticipated. So we're just disappropriating those funds.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Mr. Bug, second by Mr. Frazier. Any comments or questions?
So is this, Madam Chair, is this going to be a trend with lead abatements, and is this something that can be reduced in next year's budget? Or?
It's a guess, Mark, because we never know when the phone's going to ring. Matter of fact, for example, we got an elevated blood level request here just in the last couple of months. A little 3-year-old girl had an elevated blood level in a house here in town, and it cost about $25,000 to do the required lead hazard abatement in that home. So we never quite know. It's kind of a best guess. You can go historically, but until the phone rings, you really don't know.
Any other questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. And with that, finance is done. Thank you very much.
Next will be service. All right, service committee will be called to order. First, consider resolution number 16-101. Final resolution cooperating with ODOT carried out the LIC-CR 125-02.10 project, which is resurfacing project on North 21st Street from Granville Road to State Route 13, Mount Vernon Road. Mr. Moore, have you had the floor?
Thank you. So this is our final legislation with our share of the funding included to be paid towards the resurfacing of North 21st Street from Granville Road up to State Route 13. which is planned for next summer. And our share of the funds is $254,410. We've got about almost $2 million of federal funding in the project. So this is the standard final legislation that comes from ODOT that you've seen on other projects, and I think it has the emergency clause to be able to be passed at the next council meeting in order to get it back to ODOT by December 30th.
Okay.
Motion.
Second. Motion by Floyd, seconded by Frazier. Any questions from the committee?
Mr. Chairman, I think it's a great thing. I just wanted to point out, and maybe it doesn't mean anything, but in that resolution, Mr. Cost just realized that there was a number figure that was...
The typo,
yeah, so
yes. We need a 4 taken out of there so we don't have $4 million commitment.
It's kind of my house.
yeah. That's all I needed. That's good work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, that would be much appreciated.
Save $4 million,
Mr. Frazier.
As far as the remaining balance in the license plate permissive tax, do we have money left over in that after this allocation, or?
The next project will pretty much use the balance up for the remainder of the year.
Okay.
Questions from the audience? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign. That passes on to council 5-0. Up next will be consider resolution 16-103, a final resolution cooperating with ODOT in the addition of a turn lane at State Route 16 eastbound off ramp at the Church Street exit, ramp C, ramp 45054, lying within the city of Newark.
Yes, this is a late item. This came in about 15 minutes after the Autumn sent out the agendas for the meeting. So my understanding is that this can be read at the next meeting, but not passed till the following meeting, which would be fine because ODOT does not need the documents back until January 13th. So that would work fine in this case. But basically, it's the project we've been working on for a year or so here to widen that eastbound off-ramp from State Route 16 at West Church Street and Country Club Drive intersection there. We get a lot of backups, especially when OSU Newark begins sessions, and this will help move the traffic through that intersection a little bit easier. Any questions? I'll be glad to try to answer them.
Any questions from the committee?
Motion.
Motion by Bub. Seconded by Frazier. Any questions from the audience?
I have a question. So,
We've already moved to the audience.
I know. We just have to back it up a little bit. So, it's not just the turn lane, it's the whole intersection that we're trying to improve?
It's actually just the ramp itself. The lanes on Church Street itself are appropriate. We've got enough room there. It's the off ramp, and it'll be widened a little bit. You'll have 2 lanes at the bottom where it meets
Instead of
Church
people
Street.
just creating their own lanes?
Exactly.
Okay.
Any questions from the audience? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion will pass 5-0 on the full council.
Thank you very
And
much.
that concludes service committee and committee meetings for the evening. Y'all for coming.